What's up with you guys? It is your boy West Coast, and we live in the building, man. How is everybody doing, man? How's everybody doing? Shoot, man. We got some crazy news coming out of Dallas today, which is probably a good thing to a lot of fans who are excited about change. But it looks as if Mike McCarthy will not be returning as the Dallas Cowboys head coach. A lot of people are excited. A lot of people are excited. Me, I'm indifferent about it. You know what I'm saying? I guess you could say I'm indifferent, a little indifferent about it. The reason why I say I'm indifferent, I'll tell you, it's not that I didn't want Mike McCarthy. I don't, I have no ties to Mike McCarthy. It's just that I understand what the NFL is to a first year coach. You know what I'm saying? So, but yo, let's go ahead and share. Let's go ahead and share. What up with you, Mike? What up with you, Sam? What up with you, Travis? If you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that share button, hit that star button. I was out and about in the world, saw this, had to make sure I go live on it, give y'all my thoughts. What's up with you, Travis? What's up with you, Portia Moore, Regina Green with the green? What's up with you? Hey, man, I have been sick. I was sick for a minute, man. I had a swollen lymph node. You can still kind of see it right here. That's why I've been kind of weird with my shaving. Shoot, I got some type of bacterial infection, and that messed me up. So I was down and out. Like I didn't even eat on Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. I had a swollen gland, and then it turned that inflammation turned into a canker sore, bro. It was just all bad, bro. It was just all bad. New Year's Eve, I was in the bed. Thanksgiving, I was in the bed. I got blessed on Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I was just not even caring, but I was sick. So, but I'm back now. I'm better. I feel like I'm better. My body feels better, definitely. I know I got a lot of purple on because I'm really feeling. I miss my grandmother, man. Kara Lee. I miss my grandma Kara Lee. That was her favorite color. She been on my heart real tough, so that's why you see the purple everywhere. You know what I'm saying? That was my grandma's favorite color. So yeah, and I mean, you know how you just be going through it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. December, I just really missed my grandmother. So that's why, it's a reflection of. But yo, let's get it, man. Enough about me. Let's talk about y'all and what y'all came to actually talk about, man. That content. What's up with y'all? What's up with you? Listen to me. The Cowboys, I would think, now have the number one job in football. Shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would think that the Cowboy job is probably the number one job right now. Now, the cool thing about the game is it ain't the number one paying job because Jerry don't pay. Jerry does not pay. But if y'all wanted Deion, if y'all wanted any of these coaches, bro, you're going to have your action at them. You're going to have your action at them. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the obvious news. The obvious news is this. Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy will not be returning. I want to let you guys know he did not get fired. His contract expired, and the Cowboys are not giving him a new contract. I know there's this big thing going around that he got fired, but no, he did not get fired. You can't fire someone who does not have a contract. You know what I'm saying? This was the end of the contract. The Cowboys just did not renew the contract. So that's first off and foremost. Secondly, um, you know, I ain't gonna lie. When I heard listen to me. When I heard conversations about the Bears being interested and other teams that aren't as good as the Dallas Cowboys being interested in him, I instantly kind of figured that, damn, he gonna have some options. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. Mike McCarthy was one of the lowest paid coaches in football. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what you think about him or his success, because the dude did in 5 years give you 4 winning seasons. But, you know, there are teams like the Bears who would love to have the Dallas Cowboys, the success we've had over the last couple years with Mike McCarthy. They would love to have that success. 3 consecutive playoff runs, 2 playoff runs where you're the number 1 seed, regardless of how it ended. You know what I'm saying? The goal is to get there. The only time Mike McCarthy did not make it to the playoff. Listen to me, he had 2 losing seasons, and in both losing seasons, he lost his quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So for most coaches, man, for most organizations, they will take that. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't think coaching was the Cowboys' biggest issue, man. The biggest issue in 2024 and 2023 was play calling. You know what I'm saying? It was play calling. My biggest issue with the Cowboys was play calling. It was never really like, I always felt like Mike McCarthy had the team under control. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if you beat the goddamn, who was that we lost to? If you beat the Cincinnati Bengals, you end up going like 5-1 out the end of the stretch, 4-1 or something like that. Because you probably would have beat Washington, because you would have still been technically involved in trying to get to the playoffs. So I mean, like, you know, I think this is one of those situations where it's like, at the end of the day, Cowboys want a new coach. But I'm gonna tell you this right now: getting a new head coach and not allowing him to be a head coach is gonna be the exact same thing we coming out of, bro. Like, if you listen to me, if I'm gonna cook the meal, I need to go to the store and purchase the ingredients, because I know what I need to be to succeed. So the next coach, I'm gonna tell you this right now: the next coach, don't be no sucker fish, and go to the interview talking about you can win with whatever the Cowboys do for you. No, bruh. Like, we need coaches to turn this job down because they feel that Jerry's not gonna give them all the tools that they can need. Because that's exactly what Mike McCarthy did. Mike McCarthy came in here in his first 2 years, he let a whole nother grown ass man call plays. Kellen Moore was calling plays at the beginning. I'm gonna tell you this right now: I would not be surprised if Kellen Moore is for sure gonna interview for this job. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I would not be surprised if Kellen Moore ends up being the head coach for the Dallas Cowboys. Like, the writing is clearly on the wall, bro. It is a person they know. Dak knows him. Listen to me. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you give me the Kellen Moore who's over there running the ball 67% of the time in Philadelphia, I'll take it. I'll take it. I will take it. I will take it. I will take it. I'll take it. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I might just make a video on that right now. I think I will. What's up with you guys? It is your boy West Coast. So, yo, man, a lot of you guys have been asking me, hey, West Coast, who's your first candidate for Dallas Cowboy head coach? Or who do you think they're going to bring in? I'm going to be honest with you, man. I think it's going to be a guy that's going to piss you guys off. And I think it's going to be Kellen Moore. And I'm going to be honest with you, that would probably be one of my choices outside of the coordinator for the Lions, who I think is going to get a ridiculous payday. I think he's going to get a ridiculous payday that the Dallas Cowboys are not even going to try to touch. But if I'm thinking about who is a head coach candidate, offensive coordinator candidate, who the Dallas Cowboys feel that they can give him a cheap contract and just kind of entice them with being the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, Kellen Moore's at the top of the list. And to be honest with you, I'm not saying I'm against it, but if you give me the Kellen Moore that's in Philadelphia right now, the one that's running the ball 67% of the time, they got a 2,000-yard rusher, you might be able to sign me up for Kellen Moore as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, as long as he's calling plays the same way he's calling them in Philadelphia, because we know Philadelphia has a freaking running back playing quarterback, and they look pretty damn successful. So that's all I'm saying. If you give me Kellen Moore, who's running it the way Philly's running it right now, I might be able to jump on that train. But this is just my first thought. I do believe that the guy from Detroit is the best option, but man, he's going to get a $15-16 million contract to go coach somewhere, for sure. For sure. And Jerry's going to come nowhere close to that. You guys already know what it is. Never look down. Stars up, please. But yeah, man, I'm just being real with you. That's who I believe is going to be the Dallas Cowboys next head coach. I think it's going to be Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore coached 1 year in LA, and he has no problem coaching 2 years in Philadelphia. And to be honest with you, Philadelphia's over there building a monster because they're going to re-sign Saquon Barkley. So you need to do something to kind of offset what they're doing in Philadelphia. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Listen, Kellen Moore's not trash. He's no longer trash. He was trash when he was in Dallas, but he's not trash anymore, Paul. No, he's not trash. You got to update your Rolodex. Kellen Moore has the best offense in football right now. And he has Jalen Hurts doing it, who we know is not even a good-ass quarterback. And Dak is better than him. You know what I'm saying? Deion Sanders, would I take Deion? Deion Sanders is not coming to Dallas. Want to know why? Because there's no chance that his son would come to Dallas. If you're Deion Sanders, you've already proven that you want to coach your son as long as you possibly can. So Deion Sanders is going to, in my opinion, he's going to go to a coach. He's going to leave Colorado to go coach a team that he feels has the opportunity to draft his son. And so I would believe Cleveland, New York Jets. I mean, not New York Jets, Cleveland, New York, Cleveland, New York Giants, the Raiders are the three teams that I would think he would go to. Because there's a high chance that one of those teams are going to draft his son. The only problem is you got to he's going to have to sign with a team first, then go in the draft and hope they can get his son. And I'm going to tell you this right now. If you're a team that you know that wants to draft Shedeur Sanders and you have that pick, bro, you're going to sell it so freaking high, it's going to be ridiculous. They're going to probably want 5 first-round picks for that. Why? Because we know you want to unite, or at least that's how much it should be. You know what I'm saying? The Raiders would have to pay to come up. They would have to pay to come up to get him. And I'm gonna tell you, if Deion Sanders is the head coach for the Raiders, and you're a team that has a pick that you can pick Shedeur, you sell it to them, and you sell it for high as hell. So I don't, that's what I think about Deion. That's what I think is gonna happen with Deion. Deion, the only way he leaves college is if he can guarantee get a job where his son's gonna be at. So if anything, what I would think will happen with Deion, he probably waits 1 year. Because if you can't guarantee it, then what do? You wait. Wait till the next year, so he's already on the team, then you go next year. Mike Vrabel, if I'm not mistaken, he just took the job to go play the head coach for the New England Patriots, right? And that dude has like a 49-37 record. I don't know why people are so in love with him. Deion would leave Colorado because he has no ties to it. And there's more money in the NFL. So definitely. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Deion Sanders knows no matter what, he's not going to have a Travis Hunter and a Shedeur Sanders no time soon. Yeah, he got a bunch of the top kids, but you also got to remember, man, these kids, after they play one season, they're all looking to get the biggest NIL deal. So whoever you get this year doesn't guarantee you're going to have them next year. So, yeah, I definitely believe that Deion would leave Colorado, would leave college football. You got to remember, Deion Sanders has never coached in college without a Heisman Trophy winner, and it's Shedeur Sanders, who's the second most accurate quarterback in football. I'm just being real. Deion's only coached 4 years. He's had those two players all 4 years. So, if you're Deion, why not go to the league? The money's going to be ridiculous. He's making like $6 million a year, bro. He'll make at least 12 in the NFL. And some team will believe that he can recruit players via free agency. I don't know if free agency and college is the same. I believe it's the same, but I don't believe the recruitment is the same. And in the league, they want to get paid, bro. You can recruit somebody all you want. They could be your best friend, bro. But if that dude is not getting paid, if they're not going to pay him what he feels he's going to get paid, bro, he's not going to care about that. What about Tony Romo makes $16 million to talk about football? Nope. He's not a candidate. Tony Romo makes $16 million to talk about football. He makes $16 million, bro, to talk about football. He had to go home to his kids every day. Tony ain't doing that. Do you keep Zimmer now? Yeah. Yeah, I would. I would. I don't think they were necessarily connected like that. And I would have to say, to be honest with you, both of them, both considering what was going on, both offense and defense, I think did their absolute best. I mean, I don't think your offense was going to do any better without Dak. Like, there's a reason why Dak makes $60 million a year. Your defense, you had so many injuries. You had so many injuries and things that one can understand what happened with the defense. So, when I bring back Zimmer, I don't know, man. This is the thing. Would I personally bring him back? Yeah, I would. I'd probably give him another 1 year deal. And I'm gonna tell you, the new coach that you get coming in, his ass needs to get like a 3 year deal too, because obviously the Cowboys like firing coaches. Dak going working on his what? Let me see. Dak then had Jason Garrett as his head coach, Mike McCarthy. Dak working on his third head coach in 9 years. This is gonna be like his fourth offensive coordinator. And he did probably had like 5 different starting centers in 9 years. So consistency, that would be something I would like to see. Al Harris is the Dallas Cowboys' new head coach. I don't want a defensive head coach as our head coach if we don't get a good offensive coordinator. And I'm going to tell you, I would be against Al Harris versus Kellen Moore. Because, listen, we didn't like Kellen Moore as a Dallas Cowboys offensive coordinator, but that was also his first time ever offensive coordinator in his life, too. So one would definitely believe that when you do something for the first time, you typically suck at it. Then you do it more and you get better. That's easy to understand. That people do that all the time. So it's okay for me. I can believe that maybe Taylor Moore got better. And I know he definitely understands running the damn football with a 2,000-yard rusher right now. So I don't see how he could get all this success running the damn football and then come to Dallas and then just change that back up. Unless the Cowboys just don't have those tools. But as a new offensive coordinator, I can understand why you would come in and want to throw the ball because Dak was your best weapon and you had CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper. What's up, Justin Cooking in the Kitchens? Hey, man, I ain't even really been hitting y'all or asking y'all, but if you can, man, hit that Cash App, man. Got a new Cash App. It's Run the Damn Ball. You don't fire players for one play. You don't do stuff like that. That's not holding someone accountable. And this isn't like holding someone accountable for a play means that you're like assuming that they did that to sabotage them. No, they just called a bad play. Sometimes you call bad plays and they actually work too. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna. That's not really accountability or anything like that. It's not. You know what I mean? Because what we deem is right, it doesn't necessarily mean that they deem is right. You know what I'm saying? You have to have the personnel to run like that. The Cowboys have the personnel like that. They have the personnel to run the damn ball. I'm gonna tell you like this: we don't have the personnel to be throwing the ball 45 times. Appreciate you, Jason. Feel what I'm saying? Like we definitely don't have the personnel to be throwing the ball 40 sometimes. We don't got the offensive line to be doing that. What about Jason Witten? No, thank you. Listen, if you want to get Jason Witten, you're going to have to get an exceptional play caller because I don't believe that Jason Witten was calling plays in high school. And a high school offense is not indicative of what we're trying to do here. So if Jason Witten was to come to Dallas, as long as you get him a ridiculous play caller, I don't have a problem with it because then Jason Witten's just going to be over like coaching and running the mindset and stuff like that of the team, which I'm okay with. What if the Eagles and Commanders make it to the championship NFL? I mean, hey, it happens like that. Lincoln Riley. I like Lincoln Riley as an offensive coordinator. The former Oklahoma coach. Would Des Johnson be a good fit for us? I believe so. You might have to use a first-round pick on that kid, though. For sure, a second. But I believe he would be. My boy Tuck like him, too, from Oregon. I'm going to be honest with you guys. The Fires are nowhere near me, so I'm good. Jason Witten as a tight end coach would be all in. I mean, to be honest with you, it depends, man, because I remember Michael Jordan sucking at being a coach. I remember Magic Johnson sucking at being a coach. You know what I'm saying? So just because you know how to do something don't mean you know how to show somebody else how to do it. You know what I mean? Ben Johnson. I like Ben Johnson. I've always liked Ben Johnson. Appreciate you, little baby. Listen, I don't really care about Jason Witten calling plays for a high school team. Calling plays for a high school team is totally different than calling plays in the NFL. And our offense, our offense is going to be way too expensive for us to be trusting it to that. No, we need a known play caller, bro. There's no reason you go from Mike McCarthy play calling to Jason Witten. That is for sure a step down until he proves you any way otherwise. How am I excited about the thought of a new coach? I mean, listen to me. I'm excited about the thought of a new coach, but at the same time, I understand what history says and what the numbers say about new coach. It typically don't work out in the first year. So we're gonna be trying to do something impossible in the first. Like if he's able to make it in the playoffs, make it to the playoffs in his first year, that's gonna be pretty amazing, regardless if you win or not. I think we are. I think we will be 100% too cheap for Ben Johnson. I think Ben Johnson's going to get at least $10 to $12 million. I mean, how much money is the head coach right now for the Lions making? Put that in the comment box. How much is Campbell making right now? And Dan Campbell's going to get a raise. And think about this: he's going to feel, well, damn, if I'm going to a head coach and I just got to the NFC Championship, why would I not be making as much as the coach I just left? Deion doesn't call plays. Deion has an offensive coordinator that calls plays. Dan Quinn doesn't call plays either. Dan Quinn is a defensive coach. Dan Quinn has never called offensive plays. He is an offensive coordinator. Dan Quinn was a defensive line coach in college and in the NFL. That's how he got in the NFL. He's never coached offense. The reason why we keep saying Kellen Moore is because Kellen Moore is the number one offense in football, led by the number one rushing attack, and he's run the ball 67% of the time for a 2,000-yard rusher. They're the number one seed, and they have a quarterback that's a running back playing quarterback, and they're still doing it. That's why. Like, you guys got to remember, when we had Kellen Moore, that was his first time ever being an offensive coordinator. He wasn't qualified. He's qualified now, though. I personally want an offensive-minded head coach. Mike Tomlin's not leaving Pittsburgh to go to Dallas. Yeah, right. He's smoking crack. Mike Tomlin is not coming to Dallas. He's gonna be making less money and dealing with more bullshit. I mean, he could probably listen to me. He'll probably for sure be able to coach Shiloh because there's a chance Shiloh won't get drafted. So you can get him in free. He'll be able to get him in free agency. You just got to be able to figure out a way to get Shador. Somebody said, replying to Tyron Scott, there's no way there's such a big buyout. Jerry's not going to spend that type of money. Yeah, he's not gonna spend that on a coach. Tony, you didn't tell me anything because you didn't know. What did you talk about? You can't listen to me. You just can't throw stuff out there and then come back and say, "I told you." He told you. What are you talking about? Did nobody know he was coming back or not? And I never said he was going to or not. I always give you guys my opinion on if he should or not. I told you guys I had no problem with Mike McCarthy coming back. What's up with you, Lou? Let's do a show later on tonight, my boy. I mean, I'm gonna tell you. Think about this. Any head coach that you get is probably gonna be their first year, their first time ever being a head coach. Just think about that. Because Ben Johnson ain't never been no head coach. Kellen Moore ain't never been no head coach. And if the coaches that are available, they're gonna be old. They're gonna be the Bill Belichick's of the world. What do I think? Kellen Moore, first off, didn't get fired. So man, when we say these things, we gotta like Raheem Harris. We gotta like know what we're talking about, bro. He did not get fired. Kellen Moore left left the Dallas Cowboys to took more money as the offensive coordinator for the freaking Chargers. He got fired from there and went to the Eagles. Now he has the number one offense in football, led by the number one off rushing attack, with two running backs running your offense. Honestly, I don't have any top candidates because nobody listen to me. Mike McCarthy shouldn't have been a candidate when we first brought him in. You know what I mean? So the Cowboys they're not gonna look at the Ben Johnsons of the world, the Sarkisians. I don't think he's looking at any of them dudes. Do I think he'll interview Rex Ryan? I hope not. Rex Ryan is a good defensive head coach, but I don't want him as my head coach. The only way I'll take a defensive-minded coach that's that strong defensive-minded as my head coach is if I got a ridiculous offensive coordinator. Because just hiring a defensive coach, that's not going to help your offense. Sarkisian, I don't know, man. I know he got fired from USC for drinking too much. So I have bad thoughts about him. That's all I'm saying. Because he did us janky. That fool first interview as a Dallas as a USC coach, he was drunk, bro. He was drunk on the podium. Rex talked too much, bro. Rex Ryan and Jerry Jones will end up fighting because Jerry's gonna say some slick shit about Rex, about something he should have did, and Rex is definitely gonna respond back. Rex, I'm trying to get a job through the media, and I can dig it. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to use all your available outlets to get what you're supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? So I don't knock I don't knock him for that, but Pete Carroll, I ain't gonna lie, Pete Carroll's probably one of the. Listen to me, I love Pete Carroll, but still would have to be the same thing. You need a good offensive coordinator, but I do like Pete Carroll. But I don't know, man. Pete, I don't know. Pete still want to coach, man. Pete old, man. Pete Carroll is old, bruh. Like he's starting to look it now too. Pete Carroll, man. Listen, man. Pete Carroll was my favorite coach in college when he was a USC coach. Where is Zeke going? Zeke's already gone. Zeke went to the Chargers. I don't know. Zeke could be a free agent somewhere next year, so I believe he'll get a job. He got a job this year, so he'll get a job. Jerry and Tomlin would butt heads. For the right amount of money, they wouldn't, but they would. In essence, they would. They would. Um, but yeah, Kellen. I would say between Kellen Moore, Ben Johnson, Sarkeesian would have to call plays for me before I let him be my head coach. Does he hire from within the organization? I don't believe so. There's nobody on our team right now that is really qualified to be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. If you look at what they've been hiring, like Mike McCarthy had a Super Bowl, Jason Garrett had freaking like bunch of years of coaching, and he was an offensive coordinator for a bunch of teams. So it's like I feel like I'm leaving a coach out. Did I forget somebody? My mind is going blank. Who is the coach between Jason Garrett and Mike McCarthy? Do we have a different coach between Jason Garrett and Mike McCarthy? My mind is blank right now. I don't think we did. Damn, what y'all doing out here, man? Well, do we? I don't think so. Dak working on his third coach in 3 years, in 9 years. Sheesh. That's brutal. Somebody said Tom Landry. Y'all funny. Y'all funny. Somebody said Tom Landry. Mm-mm-mm. Jimmy Johnson is too old. Jimmy is having too much. Man, these dudes are making a lot of money not doing nothing. Coaching is a young man sport, just be honest with you. Old men be in it, but it's a young man sport. That would be super insane. Listen, we're not gonna mention no old ass retired players. Like we're not. Let's stop with that, please. Some people do have the dumbest looks on their face. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be Kellen Moore, bro. Hell, and listen to me. If Kellen Moore's only coming back if he's calling plays, I'm all right, Alice. Nothing's wrong with me. I'm perfectly fine. I feel like the box we get is gonna be outside the box. I think the coach we get is gonna be someone that irritates us all and pisses us off at first, and then we gotta kind of grow to like the guy. Who do you think will be the new head coach? I think it's gonna be Kellen Moore. I don't have a problem with Kellen Moore being the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys as long as he's calling plays and he calls them like he is in Philadelphia. Go check out Kellen Moore in Philadelphia. He's a totally different dude. Why? Because Rex Ryan wants to coach. He wants to get back in. He wants a job. I'm not a big Rex Ryan fan. As a defensive minded man, like if we had a stud offensive coordinator, I might be okay with Rex Ryan, but Rex Ryan ain't gonna help my offense at all. Somebody said it doesn't matter because you know what? That might be the case, bro. That actually, I listen to me, Sam. I can't disagree with stuff that might be true. That might be true. That's why I said, he said, y'all need a GM, not a coach. No, we need a head coach. We need a head coach for sure. Like we've had no problem picking good players. The only thing a GM is going to do is help you build a team, and our team has been cool. We were in the playoffs 3 years in a row. Only thing that, and look, we almost made the playoffs this year. You know what I'm saying? Why do y'all want washed coaches? I don't want nobody been here or the only. Then guess what? Then you looking for us not to have a really positive season next year. Because first year head coaches are not doing well in the NFL. Facts. I agree with you, Tony. I know the defense would love. There would be no reason to hire Rex Ryan if you have Mike Zimmer. You know what I'm saying? You just be double dosing down on defense and your offense still needs help. Whoever you bring in here has to guarantee to help me with help my offense. Because right now my defense is playing good in spite of my offense. Listen to me. Still making the final decision. How do you feel like a GM is going to do anything? Be quiet. I'm curious. Think about this. You guys want a GM that's going to come in here that still has to report to Jerry Jones. So do you really have a GM then? Like the GM is not going to have full autonomy to do whatever he wants to do. He's still just going to pick players, and then Jerry's going to be like, nah. Jerry's ultimately the downfall of the organization is pathetic. Well, if he's the downfall, that means anything that happens that's successful is because of him too. We need some young guys. We need some experienced. Young in an old man sport doesn't always typically work out right. You know what I'm saying? Nick Saban's another defensive coach. Young coaches have not necessarily done it well in the NFL. Listen to me. I don't think Nick Saban will ever come back to the NFL. Because y'all know Nick Saban coached in the NFL and went right back to college. Deion Sanders not coming to Dallas. Jerry will never give us what we want. Well, he can't give us all what we want because there's only going to be one name that's going to be picked as a head coach. That means somebody's going to be upset. It's like an election. Like somebody's going to win, someone's going to lose. How do I feel about John Gruden? He's another defensive coach. He doesn't help me. He doesn't help my offense. Doesn't help my offense. Tony Romo makes $16 million to talk about football. Even making $16 million to coach, he's one of the highest paid coaches in football. It's not going to happen in Dallas. Kingsbury, I like Kingsbury as offensive coordinator. Offensive-minded head coaches are bad facts because that's what needs help. That's what needs help. Your offense is the one that needs help. And I'm going to tell you why you need a really good, strong offensive head coach because they're probably not going to give you help. So your offensive coordinator is going to have to be creative, bro. He's got to figure shit out. Why? Because we're not about to just go out there and just get a whole bunch of high-end players. It's not going to happen. Mike Tomlin has like a $10 million buyout in his contract. Cowboys are not going to pay $10 million to buy you out of a contract. They're not doing it. Eric Bieniemy's black. What am I supposed to say? Who's the answer? There really ain't one. We don't know. We're gonna listen to me. The answer for the Dallas Cowboys head coach is we're gonna hire a guy and then pray. Because there's nobody out there that's gonna give you the guarantees that you guys want. So everybody that you bring in right now is gonna be like, no matter how great his name is, there's gonna be like an asterisk, like first year coaching, first year head coaching. Like there's gonna be some type of asterisk by his name, for sure. Because there aren't any reputable NFL coaches out there. They're all old, bro. And the young ones get hired and they stay. Hey, Mr. Webb, you said it, not me. Real be a real. And if you do get a black coach, that motherfucker gonna get 6 months. He may not even make it to the season. Motherfucker said something wrong on an interview and they fired him. Listen to me. If you're going to tell me Kellen Moore is not the answer, then tell me who is the answer. There is no answer. There is no guarantee. There is none. That's why I said if you give me the Kellen Moore that's in Philadelphia right now, I'm okay with it. Eating some Nutter Butters. Listen to me. I told y'all I'm a USC fan, and Sarkisian kind of burned us. So I'm not the best person to, I will never, like, bro, listen to me. This motherfucker, Steve Sarkisian, first, first, first interview with a team, bruh. The TEAM, the kids. This motherfucker was drunk. It's like, you know what I mean? So he lost, and then the only reason why he even got back in people's graces was because of his last name, and the fact Nick Saban took him up under his wing and kind of like reputation built his name. That's it. That's it. It's the only reason why he didn't fade into black. Or into coaching oblivion. It's because he had friends that saved him. Somebody said he was trying to relax himself. Looking for a cup. What about the Lions offensive coordinator? I think he's a good fit, but I also think he's going to be the highest paid coach in football next year. Woo. Primetime's not coming to Dallas. All right, y'all. I've been here an hour. I'm about to get off. I'm about to drop a video too. I'm back on my juicy shit. So if y'all want to get some content, I got you. Yeah, Ben Johnson's gonna be the highest paid coach in football, bro. Moore is still Listen to me. You want to know why Moore is predictable in football? Is in Philly is because he's running the ball 67% of the time. I'm okay with that. You're gonna be predictable one way or the other, throwing the ball 50 times or running the ball 40 times. I don't mind being predictable running the ball 40 times when you have a running back that's touching the rock like that. I don't have a problem with that. Like, honestly, football's not even about being creative. Football's about being effective. There's a bunch of creative offensive coordinators who don't have jobs. You want to know why? Because they was too damn creative. They was just too damn creative. Do normal shit. Do shit that makes sense. Hey, that old West Coast is back, man. I'm back on my ish. I was down for a little bit, but I'm back. If you got a little show you want me on, just leave me a link. I'll get on that. But yeah, the reason why Kellen Moore is predictable is because he's running the ball 67% of the time. So yeah, I would be if I could run the ball at that rate, I would be predictable. Because guess what? You know what predictable means? Sometimes it means it's working. Predictable we only want people to be creative when you're not scoring. But listen, when you're moving the ball, you don't care. You don't care if you're predictable or creative. Creative equals cuteness equals ineffective. Thank you. Hey, that's a good point. You put that on a shirt. Put that on a shirt. Creative equals cuteness equals ineffective. Exactly. You don't. I mean, it's the NFL, bro. Be cute in college. Be creative in college. This the NFL, bro. Run shit that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? You have the best athletes in the world. What do you got to be creative for? What do you need to be creative for? You have the fastest humans in the world, the biggest humans in the world, all on one team. You know what I mean? Everybody that's on the NFL team was the man somewhere. Every single like listen to me. Every NFL team is built of freaking 53 goddamn kids that were all the best kids in their high school. You know what I'm saying? Or the best kids in their area. You know what I mean? Amari Cooper, I love him, but no. You know that's right, Jeff. We need more people like Jeff. And guess what? Kellen Moore has learned. Maybe Kellen Moore in his time, he learned that, hey, man, I'm not going to be able to stay in the NFL if I throw the ball 40 times. You know what I mean? Like he had that boy Justin Herbert try to throw the ball 40 times. It did not work. Came to Philly, we're going to run the ball, and it worked. Facts, Sam. Exactly, Sam. Fact. He says facts. Facts. He says facts mean shit is working. If I could run the ball that effectively, I continue to do it and would force you to stop me. Exactly, Sam. That's freaking football. You know when they say smash mouth football? That's what they're talking about, Sam. When people are talking about smash mouth football, they're not talking about throwing the ball 40 freaking times, bruh. And when you play smash mouth football, what does that mean? That means, motherfucker, you know the ball's coming. We're coming, fool. We're coming. We're running right down. We are coming for you, bruh. A gap, blasting. B gap, blasting. C gap, blasting. Nigga, we coming, bruh. That's what smash mouth football is. Smash mouth football never was about passing the ball 40 times. Smash mouth football was all about what? Nigga, I'm running a ball at your ass, bruh. And I'm going to tell you this right now. You can't be creative running the football, bruh. Motherfucker, listen to me. As soon as you say hike, the only things you can do creatively to run the football, I'm going to tell you, RPO or Wildcat. Or you can do like little jet sweep and little jet sweeps. But that ain't like, but at the end of the day, think about this. Everything that I'm doing is happening behind the line of scrimmage. So what does that mean? That means them linebackers should see the shit. Because the linebackers are 5 yards off the ball. So whatever you're doing, the linebacker should see it. Just a matter if they can stop it or not. But, bro, ain't no creativity in running the ball, bro. You hand the ball off to a motherfucker. He make one dude miss, and he bang their ass. That's what running the ball is. You know what I'm saying? That's what smash mouth football is. It's not creative. Nobody get it. Smash mouth football is this. Hey, man, we running right there. What the hell you mean? Like, y'all remember them stories of the old days where they used to talk about that shit? Like, offensive line would stand up and they'd be like, we're coming right over your ass. You know what I mean? And literally run the ball right over that defensive tackle's ass. And nothing he could do about it, bro. That's smash mouth football. You know what I'm saying? That's smash mouth football. Like, bro, like that's like I've heard like stories of offensive linemen, like literally, we're coming right there, buddy. Coming right here. And literally run right over your ass. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say we don't have to have a creative head coach. He ain't got to be creative. Bro, he just needs to be effective. His greatest tool needs to be that you're effective. Because you can be very creative and not be good. And not be good. All right, y'all. I'm about to get off here for real, man. I'm gonna go live later on with Lou or with somebody later on tonight. So if y'all want to get it popping, man, just tune in. I'll drop a link to let y'all know when it's come. Damn, we got 75 people on Twigger. My mother and Twiggers. What's up with y'all? Only 10 people on YouTube. I can dig it, but 63 people on Facebook, one person on Twitch, 150 people total. I appreciate y'all. We had about 200 people at one point. But I know I've been under the weather and I've been everywhere and I ain't even got no cowboy gear on, so I'm gonna start doing better. Hey man, I love you.